This talk is for you, my friends, and for new agents, and for anybody that wants to earn $1 million or more a year selling real estate. Emerson said, when a man is pushed, tormented, and defeated, he is ready to learn something. I'm going to show you 4 steps today that will help you with no budget and no money go from making nothing to building a $1 billion or $1 million business. Do you remember 2011 as vividly as I do? Right? Credit crisis, mortgage crisis, bank collapse, foreclosures and short sales were everywhere. Many of us lost our homes. I had to short sell my own home and become a renter, which is pretty embarrassing when you sell real estate for a living. My bills were piling up. All the escrows I had were short sales, and they took forever to close, so no money was coming in. It probably would have helped if I'd opened the mail, but I dreaded those envelopes. You know, the ones from the IRS? Yeah. After all those years of selling real estate and cashing commission checks and not paying the taxes, it had caught up with me. So I owed over $100,000 to the IRS. I had $50,000 in credit card debt because I was living on my credit cards. And I even had to borrow money from my mom. So I owed $20,000 to my mom. That was a very dark time for me. Everything I loved was gone. I lost my home, I lost my partner, I lost my business, and I lost the man I loved. I nosedived into a really deep depression. And I would cry myself to sleep at night. There were days I couldn't even get out of bed. For weeks, I didn't leave my house. That year, my mom actually was the one that saved me, and she said something that saved my life. She said, Monica, I still don't have a job. I can't pay my bills. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my mortgage this month, and I don't want to lose my home. You've already gotten behind in your bills, and your business is bad, so I think you should move in with me. Aw, hell no. In that moment, my mom saved my life. Now, I love my mother, but I'm a grown-ass woman. I am not moving in with her. That was not an option. The very suggestion is what triggered me. Sometimes a crisis jolts you out of a rut. I was ready to learn something. So in 2011, I'm ready. The first step for you guys in making $1 million in real estate or getting out of a rut is your mindset. See, in that moment, I decided to take control. Enough is enough. And that's when I chose to change my life, change my business, change the trajectory I was in. Well, I was still depressed, and it was 2011, and one of my dear friends, Susan Blattman, took me to a Tom Ferry seminar. It was a half day at the summit in Irvine. And lucky for me, he was promoting his upcoming summit. Well, by the end of that half-day seminar, I really wanted to go, but I was flat broke. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. My friend, knowing what dire straits I was in, loaned me the money so I could go to the summit. And she said, one day you can pay me back, because Tom Ferry, he's going to help you get your shit together. Boy, was she right. It was perfect for me, and it rocked my world. By the end of the first day, I realized I needed a coach. And frankly, I didn't know how I was going to pay for it, but I knew I couldn't afford not to. So I marched myself back and I signed up for coaching. My coach ended up being the best investment I ever made. She was more like a therapist, really. In fact, I got rid of my therapist after signing up for coaching. So I probably owe her more than the price of admission. The first thing she worked on with me, she didn't ask me how many calls I had made and how many doors did I knock. No. I cried through every coaching call for the first few months. So bless her for being so patient. She worked on my mindset, on my daily affirmations. She got me out of bed and into the gym. She had me reading 10 pages of a good book every single day.